All right, y'all. What's going on, man? Big news. Happy Monday to y'all. Georgia Tech lands their next recruit. This is a heavy target for them in the class of 2025, man. This is a guy that won a four-star, Christian Garrett. Now, as a former Georgia commit, like I said, this is a big recruiting win for the Yellow Jackets because you get to keep him in state, you know, and you don't let him go to your rival Georgia, who you want to beat up on. You want to be able to defeat this year, man. So let's get a little bit into it. First off, I'm going to show y'all a clip of Garrett. As y'all just saw, that's kind of what you're getting. I got a chance to see him up close and personal when they played West Forsyth, right? Plays for Prince Avenue Christian. They lost this past week to Mallet Creek. But that's kind of what he brings to the table. Now, necessarily in the game, was he dominating every single snap? No, he was not. But what I can say is that he heated up late in that game. He had a couple of pressures early on, but when it came down to it, they needed big tackles. They needed to get stops. Like that play was pivotal in that game because that was I believe that was like a third and down. They was driving down the field after getting, I believe it was a stop. They're trying to drive and go score. It tie up the game, maybe potentially win it with the 2-point conversion. So that sack, that big time TFL and sack by him was huge in that game. And as you can see, left the quarterback a little bit, what I'm saying, a little bit woozy right there. He's looking, trying to find out, man, that was a big hit. Like, as you guys can see, that's what he could bring to the table. And as I told Dukes this past week, I was telling him, like, who are some guys they're going to be targeting. Obviously, Garrett is one of them. Blake Berlin is another. That's going to be one to watch as well. But the reason why this is such a big recruitment is, one, you keeping him, like I said before, in state. You just landed 5-star Josh Petty, your highest recruit since 2004, right? Then you land another 4-star. So now this brings Georgia Tech, who already had 3 4-stars. They're now up to 4, right? No, actually, I think they're up to 5 now. Before, obviously, Dalen Pinson, obviously Josh Petty's 4-star or better. You had Justin Hassan Huddle. You had Damola Ajitahan. Now you add this guy right here. And the key thing is Georgia Tech had 3 guys of the 4-stars that they had was on the offensive line. Now you bring a guy on the interior, which is going to be big for your team. So the reason why I bring this up is we can look at the depth chart, obviously, for the Yellow Jackets. So this is from Jackson Cardell, obviously my editor at SI. But I wanted to bring this up as well. Now look up here, y'all. Now you look at end, redshirt senior right here, Sylvan Ujodahan, I'm probably saying his name wrong, forgive me. Then you have Zeke Biggers, who's obviously one of the big guys that came at ACC Media Day. You have Marcus Scott, who's also a senior as well. So, and then Romello Height, who's a redshirt junior. So when you look at this team, obviously, below it, you have another senior, Josh Robinson. You have 2 juniors right here in Jordan Moore and then Jordan Van de Berg. And then you have Horace Lockett, a sophomore, and Thomas Gore Sr. So the reason this is big as well is because a lot of this class is going to be either graduating or they're going to be hitting the transfer portal, right? So this team defensively in the interior, and on their D-line is going to be very, very young. Now obviously, like I said, this is going to be a key, I think, transfer portal position for Yellow Jackets moving forward with so many guys probably graduating, bringing in the class that you're trying to bring in. This is why defensive line is so huge for this program, why they're targeting Christian Garrett so heavy, why they're trying to get Blake Berlin from Cardinal Haynes as well, because you're going to need guys in there for not only just depth, but Christian Garrett potentially has a chance to come in there and get early playing time, as I've been saying. So that is crucial for him. And then obviously, we already talked a little about the win, but the win is huge as well, because he was one that was on the fence. But, man, a great recruit overall. Every time I've seen him, Christian Garrett has gotten better, better and better. His final season, like I said, with Prince Avenue Christian, heated up last year, started to get, I think it was the last 4 of the last 5 games, he had a sack in each game on their quest for their second. Now, he's won 2 now. If you guys ask, is this guy a winner? He's won 2 state championships with Prince Avenue Christian while he's been at the helm. Obviously, they have Aaron Philo, who's obviously at Georgia Tech right now, who's a third-string quarterback, and obviously they have Bailey Stockton, who is another Prince Ave grad as well. So Georgia Tech loves, obviously recruiting that the Prince Avenue Wolverines, man. But that's why this is a good move for him. Like I said, he's a winner, 2-time defending state champion. Gives full effort, can heat up at the, critical junctures of the game. And like I said, he can come in and get early playing time. Potentially, I think, just depends on how he translates from where he is now, and likely, where he translate in the spring and things like that when he's on campus with the Yellow Jackets, man. But a huge, huge recruiting win. Like I said, I seen different things from him. I was impressed with how he kind of closed out that fourth quarter and things like that. And y'all, he's massive, man. Stands easily at 6'4", probably 280 plus pounds, man. Kid is massive. So think about on the next level for him, as far as his trajectory, he's probably going to be a run stopper, a good interior rusher as well. Can fit into the gaps, slow down the run, and also get you some interior pressure as well, which you see sometimes with defensive linemen in the interior, but it's not always common. It's only the greats that can do it at a high level. The Geno Atkins of the world, obviously the Aaron Donald, who's a future Hall of Famer, all-time great. Players like that, you don't always see it coming from the interior. Easier said than done. All right, man. And my closing thoughts, like, again, I'm not going to give a recap of the game. I already did that on the channel and on my TikTok and YouTube and things like that. But again, this is a massive win for the Yellow Jackets, especially when you're trying to, keep targets that people are after, like a Sam Turner, their wide receiver. When you're trying to, hey, man, look, we're building something great. We want you to be a part of it. That's a big win for them as well when it comes to that. And then, too, when you're trying to get guys like a Christian Garrett, who's on the fence, like, man, I'm thinking about this decision. I'm not sure what I want to do after decommitting. I might want to weigh my options, see how the season goes. But then you go ahead and get him today in a massive, massive recruiting win for the Yellow Jackets to stay home. So then now you got guys like Christian Garrett and you got guys like Josh Petty as you try to kind of finalize this class, can help you potentially if there's a strong guy you're after that may decommit or may be on the fence a little bit, you could potentially flip that guy to come to the Yellow Jackets. So all that is big. Like I said, they got 1 5-star. I think they're up to about 4 stars now after this recruiting went 4 to 5, and a whole bunch of 3-star type players, man. So big for Georgia Tech. They know what they're doing, man. And they looked good in week 1, obviously against Florida State. So that win is doing a lot for their program, getting targets like this, being able to, win in recruiting, man. So like I said for years, Georgia Tech is on the rise, and now they're here. Now we're going to see how they follow it up, obviously, with Georgia State at home, 8 o'clock kickoff on ACC Network, man. But that is officially my thoughts. A great get for the Georgia Tech program as they land a 4-star in-state. They nab them from Georgia and tell them to come on down to the Flats in Atlanta and be a part of something special, man. A great get for the Yellow Jackets. If y'all have any questions on recruiting or him or just Georgia Yellow Jackets in general, y'all hit my line, man, at Najee Wilk on all social media platforms, man. See y'all soon. Peace.